totally quiet. So if you're going to fart, do it now.
Hey, we're on the air.
What?
Nice start to the show, Mark.
What? Hello.
Never change. It's Mark Sargent, Patricia Steere. This is episode 140, The Secret Show, Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. And it's been a long time no see for you, Mr. Sargent, and myself. We've talked on Skype, but it's been a month since we last did a show.
Yes, and a lot has happened in the last month, and we'll be covering a whole bunch of it. It's kind of actually fun to do recap that we haven't had a chance to do. I've talked about some of it during my stuff, but there's a lot out there, and of course stuff that there's even secret stuff that we're not even supposed to talk about.
Secret stuff on The Secret Show?
Yeah, there's secrets within secrets.
Well, here's something interesting. Look at me talking to you and look at me reading the fine print on this lovely GorillaPod magnetic sort of tripod. I'm reading it, but look, I'm not wearing glasses. Did I have eye transplants? No, something has changed. Contact lenses.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, and I still have my glasses. I had a bunch of glasses. I turned them all into sunglasses because I don't want to throw them away. I donated one pair to charity, and I can see perfectly fine up close and far away because I have something called monovision contact lenses, which means one eye is a different lens than the other. One is for seeing close and one is for seeing far. And when I was told about these, I thought, oh, that sounds horrible. But it's not. Your brain takes the images and layers them on top of each other. So it's just like you are fine. No.
Interesting.
And you can put them in either eye. It's not one eye is devoted to one and one's devoted to the other. So
I'll be darned.
Contact lenses now. My eyes are a little bloodshot because it was one of my first times putting them in. I'm like, it's hard actually when you're not a pro at it. But I know people who have been wearing them for years and they can put them in without looking in the mirror. Someday I will reach that level of greatness. So contact lenses are different. I'm in a different place with a different setup.
Your frames look better.
Yeah, they got reframed. In my move, the glass frames shattered on some of the Smiths albums. So I had them reframed. Really lovely. Let me show. Ta-da.
Oh, so you changed them. Nice.
Yeah, they look nice. It's the same ones. And there's a reflection of my light right in this frame here. So sorry about that, but my head blocks it. And I have my guitar here, which I don't know how to play, but I'm taking lessons. And you
don't want to move any farther to the right or we're going to see the cameraman. So
yeah. That would be sad. And there's my Wurlitzer jukebox. It survived the move. And I would play a song on it, but I'd get a copyright strike. But there's one song on it that I could play because my grandfather wrote it. But it's a horrible song and no one would want to hear it.
Well, then don't.
But I am going to do a video using my phone and just put it on my channel of it playing like up close, because even if I played it now, it wouldn't be special. The cool part is going up close and watching through the polarized glass and seeing the arm take the 45 and put it on the platter. Yeah. And so many changes here in my life. I'm settled into my new house now. Lots to do outside of this little home studio out there. It's getting there. It's getting there. But in here, it's cool. Nice. Happy that it's all set up. It's a relief. And I'm really glad to be doing this show with you. When I set the show up, I forgot how to do things. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. How do I?
Yeah, you get rusty.
Yeah.
When you're doing tech stuff, there's lots of little buttons you have to hit. And if you're not totally up, you're like, you pause for a second. It's like, wait, this screen looks familiar. What do I do? What do I do? Yeah.
Something we noticed when we started this up, and I heard other YouTube content providers say the same thing. It flashed a message on the screen, and you read it out loud to me. Something like this profile, this platform won't be available.
This app will not be available for YouTube come April of this year.
Okay, What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know why. And yeah, and I wonder if, you know what, I should have clicked on the box, but we were busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, if you clicked on the box, I'm going to shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Let me ask chat, because chat is what you call the hive mind.
The hive mind.
The hive minds at work. Does anybody who's a content provider or not know why or how the April YouTube, this platform's not available thing, what does it mean? So
that's obviously when part of the apocalypse is going to start.
Yeah. Stock Jockey says Google is evil. Uktina says hello to you, Mark. What about me, Uktina? What am I? Chopped liver?
Hello.
Spectacles says hello. And we've got somebody trolling already named Wog Fun, says this is the show that's about everything but flat Earth. Yes,
that's not entirely true.
And guess who's here to enjoy it? Wog Fun. Says a lot, doesn't it? Zoe of Be Here in Love is here. Dohe Daka, who put up a really good video, and I sent it to you today. He used the song by Gary Jules, Mad World, also that was done by Tears for Fears in the 80s. That also another band. And he put it with this really cool video. And
that animation is one of the saddest animations I've ever seen.
And that song, Mad World by Gary Jules.
It was a perfect match. And again, it shows what our civilization is capable of from the dark side. I still think there's a lot of good there, but he was focusing, look, here's the bad stuff we've been doing since day one. And pretty dark stuff. But anyway, it's worth a watch, definitely.
Yes, Dorje Daka, or Dorje Daka. I always say it wrong, but it's Dorje. He's got the red pill as his logo. Hello to Mike Flatbird and Ben, Matrix Decode. Ben's birthday and my birthday is Sunday, February 5th. And I'm interviewing Ben on our birthday. We're going to have a birthday show.
Nice.
Bring some cake. Although it'll be all for me.
That's awesome.
Arwin, hello. Timaeus, hello. Martin Liedke. Let's see, skipping by Wog Fun, our good buddy there, who loves this show. In fact, Wog Fun's the biggest fan of the show, from what I can
Yeah.
Brian Burton is there. Flat Earth Crush says, welcome back, Miss Steere. Hello.
Brian Burton. I don't know him.
No. John Crawford is here. Test Vision says hello. Celebrate Truth. Robbie D is in the house. And he says it's great to see everyone. Did I say hello to Andres? I think I did. Let me go up a little bit. I'm passing by. Chat was moving really fast. Hard to keep track. Cami Aisling is here. Malav Cocktail. Israel Adams is here. And he says it's like a family gathering. I did mention Spectacles already. And a few others are in. Hello to all. There is Nathan Oakley. 1980, 8 in the house. Person Scribe is here. Ridgeview. Hey, Ridgeview, how are you? Who else? Carrie Musgrave is here. And hello to all who I didn't mention. Dangerous D. Oh, Daphne Rimmel is here.
Daphne Rimmel.
Well, for those who don't know Daphne, go to her channel and just subscribe right now. Just do it.
Yeah,
Don't even ask why. Do it.
DaphneRimmel. Daphne Rimmel. I interviewed her, as you know, last night on Strange World. She did great. That was her first interview ever. And she made it through the whole show. She didn't even know she was going to go the full 4 segments. I didn't really tell her. I just thought maybe I'd open up the phone lines. But after I did a pre-show with her, it was like, let's just keep going. Let's just go. And she was great. Proof positive that you don't have to make long videos to get involved in the community. Just show your outrage, 2-3 minutes, crank it out. It's great. And her husband's helping. It's fantastic.
Wow. And also, she's vegan, like me.
Yes.
And she does little videos talking about vegan health products, makeup.
Yep.
I know that people in Flat Earth who think, oh, this is such a frivolous show. She's talking about makeup. Well, there are women who wear makeup. And if you're vegan and that's your thing, hey, it's good to have other people tell you about good things and bad things.
She drinks. You see that green drink she drinks?
Yes, she does. She makes green drinks. She and I are actually probably some level of sisters because we do a lot of the same things. And,
I was amazing.
I want to interview her too. I know you already did, but
but she's not on video.
Yeah.
I had to
That's what I'm
scoop you.
thinking.
I had to scoop you at least once. I had to do it every time. It frustrates me to no end. It's like I go, and you know who you should interview, and I'll say you should interview X, and it's like, oh yeah, I've already got him a week from Thursday. Like, come on, there's got to be somebody you don't know about. Now tell me when I sent you the name, you at least didn't know about her.
No, I knew about her and I was already subscribed.
God darn it.
But I'd been off for a whole month, so I wasn't setting up interviews or anything. And
That's
hello,
why I did.
Angela Cope. Teresa Gordon is here. And, you know, Barbie McGill's supposed to be in here, but she said she's blocked from chat. So, oh, that's horrible. So
Who blocked her?
I don't know. I didn't.
Probably the Jesuits.
Yeah, probably.
The Illuminati. The Bilderbergs.
No, actually, it's probably that Wog Fun guy who's in here. My biggest fan who's scrolling the chat.
Use your real names.
All right. So I don't know how to unblock her from chat. Anybody in
Who's the moderator today? We don't know.
Would the moderator? Nobody blocked her like, you know, Dina, nobody blocked her like that. Like, but it's some kind of a thing. A couple people have told me
this is what happens when you go down to the agency break room and just say, look, I need somebody to moderate a chat.
Right. And you get somebody like Wog Fun who's playing both sides. He's like a double agent. He's against me, yet he's for me, yet he's against me. He doesn't know if he's coming or going.
You know, that double agent thing you just said there, that's going to be used in something.
I'm sure. And the funny thing is that Wog Fun is just running right now for the hills. He's like, I didn't expect they'd troll me. I was trolling them.
Nice.
Oh, check it out. Validation Boy is here. Hello. Much respect and much love to Validation.
Validation Boy.
Yes, and Validation. Oh, Validation Boy is a whole different guy. He's Validation Man. He's changed his tune about things. He realized he didn't have proof for a lot of things. And his last show blew everyone's mind. In fact, the first couple of commenters on his last show, once it made its way from live to recorded YouTube, were myself, Jaron, and Nathan. It's like, those are people you don't usually see on a Validation Boy video making comments. But
nice.
It was really cool, really enjoyable show. And he's a smart guy and has a lot to offer. And so, hey, we'll hope to see much more from him. Who else? Who else? Jose Valdez, Jazz Create is here. Alexander Sasha Mexico is here. Whew, too many people. And
there's a lot
I'm worried about getting Barbie McGill unblocked. Oh, Carly Sunshine is here as well. So
Carly Sunshine, who I keep getting confused. I keep screwing up her name between her and Sun. Well, her and Sunny Peaches.
Sunny Peaches, yes.
No offense. I know who Carly Sunshine is, but
yes, of course, the name.
I keep wanting to say Sunshine Peaches.
You know, her name before was a good name, but now Sunny Peaches is a better name for her. Oh, and her newest video, it's I think called Dear NASA, where she kind of
so she changed
a letter. Yeah. She reads a letter to NASA. So go to the Peaches channel.
Letter to NASA.
It is such a good
Love Letter to NASA is a fantastic video.
And she looks so beautiful. I was watching her thinking, oh, she's so pretty. And then I had to go back and listen again without looking. I know that sounds crazy because I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was convincing. Then that was 3:33. It is. It was
5:33 here.
Well, where I am, it's 3:30. Wait, you're 2. Oh, that's right. 2 hours ahead of me. You're Central.
Yes.
It was convincing when I was watching it. I wasn't watching initially. I was in doing something else, and I was listening to it, and it sounded like an ex-girlfriend, not my ex-girlfriend, laying down, the whole the ultimate breakup. It's like, all right, here's how this thing is going to close. I'm closing the door forever. Speech, which it was amazing. She did a fantastic job. I heard she had help, by the way.
From
not saying.
Really?
Yep. I heard that it was a collaboration.
Really? Wow, that's intriguing.
That's what I heard.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh, you just winked. That'll be used for something.
Damn it. I know.
Oh, well, that's what happens with us. Yeah. We've made agent references. We've trolled people in chats.
Yeah. But there's not too many trolls, I would imagine. The community, I think, is softened up a bit. And I think it'll get only better this year.
Yeah, it was really bad earlier. Late last year. And then a little bit into January. But now we're in February. And we can sort of feel spring is coming, even if in some places we're socked in with snow.
Yeah.
And I think Nathan Oakley's the one who said it. that in the wintertime, people in general suffer from lack of sunshine. There's more depression and more angst and sense of ennui, and anger maybe will come from that, and unrest. And within the YouTube community / family / disorganized mob with torches burning at it right for you.
Yeah.
And pitchforks too, sharpened. It seems like some people will, go toward the dark side. And it's environmental, maybe, according to Nathan, seasonal. And so, since spring is somewhere, we can smell it. That means things are going to get better. And there's all sorts of fantastic, fabulous things that are ahead for all of us on this flat earth journey together. Like it or not, we're in this together. If you hate me, I don't mean you, Mark. It doesn't matter. If you hate Mark, it doesn't matter. We're all on this journey together. There's nothing we can do about it.
It's true.
So
it's true. I'm on for the ride. I can't get off at this point.
Yeah.
I've got to see this thing through to the end.
There was a few times, and early when I first started in 2015, where I would message you and say, I can't take this anymore. I can't take the trolling. I can't take the negative comments.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, all right, if that's what you want to do. If you want to be a quitter.
Why don't you quit drinking, Dad? I'm not a quitter. Yeah.
And so you shamed me into staying.
Oh my God. Oh, do not believe everything that comes out of her mouth.
Well,
truth was she was under agency contract.
Right.
She couldn't quit if she wanted to.
That's right.
Smacking the thing around the table. You have an obligation. You swore an oath. Anyway, as far as the mood, up here in the Northwest, as you know, it's cloudy quite a bit of the time. So we don't really notice the difference much between fall and winter. Remember, we created grunge music. So
right, exactly.
Dingy plaid shirts that haven't been washed in 3 weeks, and awful. But yeah, there's some of 2017 is going to be an amazing year. I have no doubt it is going to be cool. Just from the stuff I've seen so far. Did you know, by the way? And we'll go through some of these later on. Did you know that in 2015, I think we barely hit like 50 music tracks, which is still, better than a double live album. In 2016, we had 100 tracks. And already starting in 2017, we just finished January and we've already got almost 20 tracks in 1 month. There's just people just crank it. It's getting super weird. And then, again, I'm not going to divulge the really cool stuff that's coming down, but it's fun so far. I love it.
I'm telling you, everyone, there's something coming down the pipe that's so awesome, so amazing that you will be what they say in the UK, gobsmacked.
Gobsmacked. And it's not a television show yet.
No.
No. Although, did I tell you I had a producer? We'll just talk, you and me. Let's get real for a second.
All right.
There was a producer in the UK that wanted to do.
Oh, wait a minute! I need to sit back and relax while we talk, just you and me. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Ready?
So a producer in the UK contacted me and wanted to do a show, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what the title of the show was, where he wanted me to go up against a scientist. It was going to be a series of scientists that would go against and try to knock Flat Earth down.
Wait, is it like a Flat Earth cage match or something like that?
Kind of like a King of the Hill type situation. Where I'm up there, wrestling. And some scientist is going to come up and try to knock me down. Basically, what we've been challenging the scientific community to do since day one, anyway. And I told him, I go, that's a fantastic idea. I love it. I totally want to be a part of it. The challenge isn't going to be me or the debate. It's going to be finding a scientist who was willing to put his neck out there. And the first person I knew they were having trouble. So within a week, they said, okay, we got the first person lined up for you. And they go, I'll tell you his name. His name was Aaron Raw. That's Aaron.
All together now, huh?
Yeah, huh? Who's that? Okay. He is the self-proclaimed president of the Texas Atheist chapter. I'm going, why in the world? Why that guy is like, well, because he was willing to come on. He actually does have a YouTube channel with 140,000 subscribers. But he looks, when you look at him, he looks like a cross between an aging rocker and a Satanist. Long, super stringy black hair. He looks like a villain, an extra, villain from a movie. You're looking at his pictures and none of the pictures look good. I mean, granted, I don't look fantastic, but this guy, and so I try to tell him, I was going, look, we need a scientist. We can't, this comes off like a circus sideshow.
Well, maybe they thought you said Satanist
instead of scientist. Nice. Well, seriously, it sounds like a bad joke. An atheist and a flat earther walk into a bar. That's the beginning of the joke, and that's really what we'd be talking about. I was going, so because this guy really focuses on, he's very, very pro-evolution. That's his specialty. He's pro-evolution, going after Christians that hate evolution. And I go, well, I don't necessarily hate evolution. I just think the carbon dating, the time frame's all screwed up. Oh, cat sighting. Oh. And CGI cat sighting.
Yeah.
And
Rory. Hello, Rory. Rory, look over at the camera.
Oh, boy. This is not good. There you go. Got that one right. Cat's not responding. Cat's not responding.
Push the button. Not that button.
Go to commercial. But I said, look, it's going to be a silly thing to do, because he's going to say, all right, I'm totally believe in evolution. I go, look, I don't hate evolution. And the debate would just degrade from there. And plus, I guarantee he hasn't really looked into it. I said, after looking through this guy's work, it's going, look, this guy could, within a couple weeks, could change over to flat Earth. He is not the guy. And plus, he's not a scientist. He's just a guy that hates Christians. And that's not a good thing. So it's like, what am I supposed to do there? So I said, no. So we're working on somebody else.
Well, yeah, I don't think that'd be such a good show.
No, seriously, look him up. Have somebody in chat send you a picture of this guy. It's scary. He talks actually very well. He's very eloquent, and he's got his arguments down pat. And he's firing things. He loves to go into a church and just start wailing. Start taking big swings at people. But when you look at him, you're going, whoa.
I think anybody who was on the side of evolution, on the side of the ball Earth, wouldn't want somebody batting in their corner who looked frightening, I guess, because it just.
Oh, plus he was kind of hypocritical. The name Aaron Ra, that's not his real name, obviously, which is kind of a nod to Amun Ra or Amen Ra. Right. It's an Egyptian thing. So I'm looking it up, and he's
not
actually
even using his real name.
Well, yeah, but I was like, okay, why are you paying homage to an Egyptian deity if you're supposedly an atheist? And then I read that he's kind of trying to create a whole new brand of atheism where you believe in a higher power, but you still don't believe in a specific God. And I was going, okay, but that's not really an atheist. You can't be, that's undefined. You can't be an atheist and believe in a higher power. You can't use your avatar name as an Egyptian deity and call yourself an atheist. You know what I mean? It'd be like Lord Stephen all of a sudden saying he was an atheist. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
Yeah.
But he'd get a lot of hits on his video, especially if
he would. He would actually. I was surprised, by the way. This guy has 140,000 subscribers. I mean, maybe he works the media outlets, but
well, Spectacle says Ra is a sun god. So
yes, Ra.
The devil.
I knew that. That's yes.
Yeah. He's just adding it in there. Hey, I want to say hello to Daymethyl Tripped with me, and did I say hello to Caleb Binns? No, I did not. Did I say hello to Rob Dizzle, who says his biggest hero is Bob of Glowbusters?
Oh, and Bob was the one who, again, you and I have not done stuff for a little while. A lot happens in a month in the flat Earth world. It's kind of like cat years in the flat Earth world. Things happen.
No, it is true, and I know that Martin Leakey said that many times about flat Earth time and flat Earth.
Oh yeah,
regular time.
Yeah, you can't miss stuff. You can't just miss stuff. But Bob was the one that contacted me literally within 10 minutes after I put up that video where I said that millions of YouTube search results were getting pulled from flat Earth.
Yes.
And he was the one to say, hey, just so you know, I searched by a different filter. And then and I looked and said, holy smokes, they're the real numbers. They're the numbers we've had all along, which was, we went from 7, and again, depending on what day or hour, when you search in flat Earth, it's at 4 right now. But if you search by upload date, it's 15.5. So, and I don't know if they're going to plug that gap anytime soon, but Bob had always been searching by that, because then it shows you everything. I don't know if you ever did. It shows like if it came in 5 minutes ago, it'll keep flashing what's the freshest flat Earth videos. And there's a lot of, I've never sorted by that. There's a lot of videos that get made on any given day.
Yes, indeed. But
in the community.
The two people who've been out of the picture lately, not making videos, well, Globebusters has been on, but without Bob. He's been off on a break. And so hopefully he'll be back soon as well. I think he will. I want to say hello to NNQ as well, who's in chat. And just don't want to miss anybody because I feel, Cincinnati is here. I feel going away for a month, I feel like I've been away forever. And
well, you've still been around. I mean, you and I bounced back and forth on a few
live chats, making comments on videos, sharing videos on my Facebook and such. So, and speaking of Bob, this is the All About Bob show. We were messaging with Bob the other day, and he sent me something talking about things that happen in the flat Earth world. Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking through my phone's Skype now. There we go. He sent me a link to something that was on a newspaper, not the most, important newspaper that's ever come across the pike. Yeah. But let me see if I can find it. He might have sent it to you too. There it is.
Is it the Trump advisor?
Yes, exactly.
That's the scientific advisor?
Yes.
Would you like me to? I actually have the skinny on that.
Donald Trump's newly appointed science and technology advisor, Yale University Professor David Gellert.
From Yale, yeah.
Gellert. No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's a hard name.
Yeah,
has already attracted a barrage of criticism after making controversial statements this week during an exclusive interview with Science Today. He said that global warming, and then in this article it says that he said. Now this article is what says that he said, but did he is the question. So here's the quote: "How can we manage to organize a U.S. crewed orbital Mars mission by the mid-2030s when we never went to the moon? The idea is laughable, as was Obama's administration, if I may add." That's Yale professor David Gellertner. But maybe this is one of those, ironic.
No, it's not. Stories. It's not a fake story. It is partially real. And
real, yeah.
Here's the deal with that. Nowadays, it's really kind of clever. Social media has really changed a lot of different aspects of everything, including politics. So if you
and dating, unfortunately.
And dating, yes, exactly. I know all the guys. Girls.
What?
Wait, what? Hello? Is this on? There was. What you can do is you can. Instead of appointing somebody, you can put rumors out that you want to appoint somebody and then see what the internet hive mind finds. So what they did was they said, okay, Donald Trump is thinking about these certain guys for science advisor. And all of a sudden, everybody starts looking up everything on these guys. And it came back that, this guy absolutely does not believe the moon mission. So, but they never appointed him. He was in consideration for being appointed. And then once the backlash came in, honest to God, you can't say that in the United States. You cannot be the American science advisor and not believe in the Apollo program. You can't, because you're going to be one of those guys. You're going to be sitting on panels with NDT. So that point, he's not in consideration anymore. So that part of it was true. He believes that, but he is not going to be the Trump advisor.
So wait, are you sure that he really believes that? Because I thought this was one of those stories that has half truth in it, but in a different way. He believes that global warming is a fallacy, but this story was written with that sort of
well, if it is
onion style in which they're going to throw in, and he doesn't believe we meant the moon.
Well,
further ridiculous.
Again, if you're a professor, you can get away with a lot of different things. If you're high profile enough, if you're publicized enough, and I mean, if it's not the case, it's not the case. But it got a lot of traction. Let's put it this way: I was doing some research on the levels of, forget about the appointment where he was the Trump connection, just him on his own. And just a story where, he's not a big believer in climate change or the moon mission, seem to be lumped together from different outlets. So if that's not the case, that's not the case. But I've got a funny feeling that it is, and that he was being, again, like with anybody, if somebody wanted to nominate anybody, all you have to do is put the feeler out there, and somebody out, and social media will come back with results within a couple hours, and you'll be able to just judge by what the what the peanut gallery says on if you want to appoint this guy. And you can't. If he actually said that, you cannot make the American Science Advisor a denier of the moon program. The two cannot coexist. It cannot happen. So he will not be the science advisor. But the point was that at least one part of that story was fake, which was they still haven't picked the science advisor yet. It's still undecided, if I'm not mistaken.
There was this other story that came out, and I just found it today, and it's on nasa.gov. My favorite place to read all the latest.
That's a fantastic site. Everybody should go there.
It's got all the truth right there.
Oh, science. Gravity.
Science. Like Blinded
Thomas
by
Dolby.
Science. Thomas Dolby. This one came out January 30th, and here's what it's called. How stressful will a trip to Mars be on the human body? We now have a peek into what the NASA twins study will reveal. You know what I mean by the twin story. Yeah.
You didn't say, the story. I got a more ridiculous story than that. There was something you probably, if you listen to the entire show, the Peanut Gallery sent it to me. It was a brand new story where supposedly they have determined that some of the Earth's atmosphere has been blown to the moon. Oh, Japanese supposedly discovered this, that there's actually Earth atmosphere that was carried to the moon.
How?
I don't know.
Obviously it's fake, but even how are they going to make that up? Now, is this going to make it possible for us to go to the moon and breathe oxygen? Then they could film it somewhere here with no issues because it'll just look like.
And how did the Japanese determine this? Why not the Chinese probe? That's the probe that's supposedly been there for 3 years.
What a mess.
It's horrible. It's awful. Hey, by the way, I have show and tell real quick. I forgot about this.
I don't have anything to show.
This guy, because I get people that'll send me actual physical things, like watches and models and records in this case. Look at this. You'll appreciate this. This is a 45 record. And you probably remember this. You probably remember the email that he sent you. It is from, remember this guy?
Yes.
Well, here, let me show the label.
Down, down, down. You never know. It's by Felix, and I don't know how to pronounce it.
Felix, and I cannot pronounce that name.
Yeah. Zanquar.
Zanquar. And I feel bad because he sent this before you went on your month. So I had this ready for the next show. It's like, oh, I'm off in January. It's like, well, this record's going to be off in the corner. So it's a 45, and it's a Flat Earth song called You Never Know by Felix, Xanquar.
I like Zanquar. And then we'll say it like Zanquar. Like he's
Zanquar.
I don't know.
Like a villain in a Star Trek episode.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we don't want to make him a villain. We'll make him a hero.
But I told him I'd show it on the show, and so I have, and I don't have anything to play the 45.
So it's a 45? It looked like a CD when you held it.
Nope, it's actually, look at
that. But you're just
so okay. Look,
take it out.
45.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, why don't you hand it over through Skype? I mean, not Skype. Through what is this called? Google Plus, YouTube, and I'll play it on my jukebox. Wouldn't that be so cool if we already planned this out and I had a copy too? And then I just grabbed it here and then walked over and
Really? Do we actually have that capability today?
No, because I don't have a copy.
Damn it.
He asked me if I wanted one, but I have so much of a backlog of responses to give to people who've written that it's out of control at this point.
But yeah, it's cool. And again, there's lots of people that are making. I don't know what my favorite track for this year is so far, but there's been a lot that have been. I was going to mention there was one.
Zern Music did one.
Yep, Zern Music did a fantastic one. One that's getting a whole bunch of hits right now is Flat Earth, the Flat song by Rob. I have no idea why. Rob Alpha Nostrum, right? ALPHANOSTRUM. It's only been up 5 days. It's a picture of a jet airliner with a superimposed flat Earth thing on it. It's got 115,000 hits already, and he's German. All the text is in German. Don't know.
See, that's the thing about Flat Earth. When I go to people, the big channels, and I go, and I mean bigger than you, you're a big channel. Yeah. But because you took the Flat Earth clues and allowed anybody to put it on their channel, you have less subscribers to your channel than you would naturally have had it only been material kept on your channel.
Yeah.
Anyway, bigger channels. When I look at the amount of views that some of the videos get, I am stunned. I don't mean compared to my videos. I just mean compared to the amount of flat earthers that I know there are. But the number of flat earthers that I know there are is minuscule. Really,
Yeah.
it's like a small family, like we were saying earlier, functional as it may be sometimes. And that's why when you see something like the Flat song by a guy from Germany, you say, wow, how did it get all these hits on it? And you go even look in comments and you're like, I don't know any of these people. Well, that's because there's a lot of people out there that are operating in different fields of play, let's say, on the flat earth, the non-English speaking, et cetera, et cetera.
Did you know there's a Flat Earth Arabic channel out there with like 3,500 subscribers?
That is cool.
I didn't even know. It's all in Arabic. I don't know anything about it. I just posted some stuff in there. Hope they can understand some of it.
But I saw the word flat and said.
Well, no, the channel is called Flat Earth Arabic, but then below it is all Arabic writing.
Right.
And I'm looking, it's completely Arabic. You know, there's no English subtitles or anything like that. And I was like, wow, that's incredible.
Right. Well, that's pretty cool, because when you tend on a dark day, when you feel that winter will never end and your mood is down and you don't have enough vitamin D and you're like, oh, the Flat Earth's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like there's any new content providers or any new videos, and they're just talking about the same thing. Nothing's happening. You got to look at places like the Flat Earth Arabic channel and say to yourself, wow, there's a whole bunch of people that I probably am never going to connect with. We just don't speak the same language, but we do speak the same language of flatness. Yeah. Just doing it in different areas.
So. And don't forget, again, the people that are, of course, people want instant gratification. They want things. You know how we've had.
This microwaves are too slow.
Yeah, it's like we want change now. But you got to remember that the community minds are being blown every single hour out there. Yeah, I get emails every single hour. It's like, holy, the same emails I've been getting. So just because your mind is post blown doesn't mean, you got to understand, there's people that are with huge amounts of enthusiasm right now that I see every day, and that's what keeps me going. Is just new people. Yeah, granted, the concepts we're turning over stones now that we're even recently the Rob Skiba videos.
Oh my gosh, what Rob Skiba? He blew my mind.
He's on a tear.
Every minute he had a new video. So if you're not subscribed to Rob Skiba, go to his channel and check it out. He's had so many videos recently, one after another. Just hard working man in Flat Earth.
He is. There's people inspire other people. Inspiration tends to be contagious. And so when I used to, because I'm sure he took some of his early stuff from, looked like some of Jaron's stuff, and now now it's all him. But now when I recommend, people say, well, who would you recommend for specializing in the sun and the moon and atmospheric conditions in the water? I was going, okay, well, DITRH, Zeticism.com with Jeffrey Grupp, Jaronism, and now Rob Skiba. Because he's done some amazing stuff that you look at it and you can't tear it apart, even though he's getting more trolls than ever because they just don't want to see it.
Right.
In fact, he did a kind of wasn't it most nasty for him? He actually did an anti-troll video.
Yeah, he did.
The Baltard video. I thought it was a joke. I was going, he's not actually making this, is he?
Yeah, but it was gentle ribbing, I think.
But for him, I'm sure it was. He was fighting himself the entire time. How many gosh darn it's can you throw into a video?
DITRH has done drone videos. Matrix Decode's got a drone as well.
Yeah.
And he's doing photography. There's so many people that are doing great things and so many cool videos that are out. It's hard to keep track. Yeah. I try to cull good videos and put them on my channel, Patricia Steere, not channel. What's it called? Facebook. It's like a channel because it's only mostly YouTube videos. Patricia Steere on Facebook. If you send me a friend request, and also if that's all the way maxed out at 5,000, and it usually is, there's the Facebook page Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes, and I through Twitter just post video after video. And if you have a video that you'd like me to share, you can send it to me at mssteere@gmail.com. So MISS and then STEERE.
Because we're not scripted. So when I interrupt, it's not because she's like messaging. What? No, we're not. Wait, hang on.
Is that in the script?
Where are my sheets? I don't have the new sheets. The
I can't work under these conditions.
Somebody call my producer. What I was going to say is that the community is at a point now where we are really close to just spontaneous groups. We as you know, we've already seen this in the YouTube sector where there's hangouts happening all the time now. We used to joke about it. I was like, man, how are people doing hangouts like 2 and 3 times a week? And now it's like there's multiple hangouts on any given day, and some just don't end. They just keep running. They're running all the time. But I attended an event that wasn't a mixer, even though it kind of turned into a mixer. I was only supposed to talk for 30 minutes, and I ran for 3 hours. Yep. Up here in Canada, in a little town on Vancouver Island called Souk, Sooke. Look that up. That is out there. That is about as west as you can get for Canada.
Sounds like a native name, Souk. Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
And I was out there, and they invited me. It's like, look, we're doing a little flat earth thingy. We're going to be talking about that and spirituality and how it relates. And it turned into a flat earth love fest is really what happened. And everyone was there, was very responsive. And we had a decent turnout considering we weren't even advertising the damn thing. And if you can get that sort of group, and they weren't all there for me, obviously, in a small town in the middle of nowhere, you could do a flat earth gathering anywhere you wanted. And so I'm promoting it for anyone that wants to do a flat earth social event. If you want me to advertise it on my channel, you send me when that event's going to be. I will whip up a quick video and I will send the contact info out and make sure everyone gets together, because it's incredible how many flat earthers are out there that are, well, still in the closet. They're just the only reason you probably walk by them every day, but you don't know that they are, because it's not like Fight Club where you can see bruises and stitches and stuff. You don't know. You absolutely don't know. There's no rainbow stickers in the back of our cars. We're going to have to come up with stickers and pins and crap like that because nobody knows.
What we don't have the symbol, though, the symbol for it, because you can't do the symbol. I mean, you could do the AE map, but I mean, that's definitely in question. You can't really make it an enclosed world, although I know you'd want to, because some people don't believe in that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know what you'd put.
I don't know. I mean, I could.
Well, you know what? It's just a representation of
exactly. It's not necessarily the real. Yeah. I mean, I probably will use some stylized version of the AE map. I'm coming up with something for the secret stuff that's coming down the road. But we definitely
a little bit about the secret stuff. A little tiny bit.
What about the secret stuff? No, we can't really talk about the secret stuff.
Oh, I know we
can't. We can't yet. We can't. We don't have the green light yet to talk about it.
Oh, you know, there's something that we can talk about, which is the Flatty Awards.
Yes.
We are postponing.
We're going to postpone them until because this secret thing is big enough to where it's actually eclipsing the whole Flatty thing, and we can turn it into something much, much bigger.
The secret thing and the Flatty Awards might become part of each other.
Yeah, they probably will. In fact, it's why wouldn't you?
But it's not about the Flatty Awards. It's way bigger than that.
No, it's way bigger.
I mean, not that anything could really be way bigger than the Flatty Awards.
Of course. What's bigger than that? What's bigger than the Flat Earth Awards?
I don't know. Yeah. But, you know, we had it last year on the night of the Grammy Awards, and that would be Sunday the 12th, I believe. But we have decided to push it to fall. And the reason for that will become clear, but we can't talk about it right now.
Yeah. But I still encourage people to do mixers in the spring and the summer because of the good weather. And I think there's going to be a lot more out there. I think there's so many people. I mean, look at the license plate stuff been happening. There's a lot of people out there. They just don't know who to talk to. They just don't. You know, we still don't have a consolidated website yet where people can talk, and people are really nervous about bringing it up to family, friends. In fact, I had a guy recently, he left me a message. I got to call him, from the aerospace industry, supposedly been in the aerospace industry 30 years, was fired because he didn't even bring up Flat Earth. He listened to me interviewing the industrial valve and seal guy, and you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
And he was in a company that made these type of seals for the space program. And he started he was throwing questions up the ladder saying, how do these seals work anyway in a vacuum, zero G environment? How in the world is this thing, staying intact? And they blackballed him and he was gone. shortly after, and he
Wow.
seemed kind of bitter about that. He wouldn't name the company, but it was interesting. So the point is there's a lot of people out there that it's in their heads. So I don't have the math to extrapolate off of this, but for every person that's making a YouTube video, how many people are thinking about making videos? And then out of those people, how many people, want, that are really thinking about it, but they're just scared to death about,
what will people say?
Yeah. What will my family say? And of course, your significant other is the biggest one.
Right. There's people I've met recently because I'm working on my house. I mean, it's a brand new house, so I'm not actually out there, digging or something. But when you move into a new place that's never been lived in, there's lots of little things that need to be handled. And had these hung, I didn't hang them, and lots of other work done. And I met this man that I ran into, and his name is Andrew. And he does painting. He does all sorts of things. He also plays guitar really well. He tuned my guitar today, and I'm going to maybe see if I can finagle to have guitar lessons from him. Nice. And his I guess girlfriend, fiance is named Morgan, and both of them are conspiracy people. And Andrew said that he was going to listen/watch the show today. I mean, he's been in this room. In fact, I have a video that I put on my Facebook of him on a ladder, kind of like, well, you couldn't see his face because that would have been rude. But he's like, working on painting the part of the ceiling when I removed a ceiling fan and put a light up. Anyway, he came over here to talk to me about, painting and doing a little bit of work for me that I didn't want to do or really don't know how to do. And we ended up talking for hours about conspiracies. And
nice.
And he said that his fiance Morgan is super into all this stuff too. So we're all three going to get together and hang out at some point.
Right on.
But I mean, that's it. Just somebody that you casually run across. Both of them, they're not flat earthers. They don't know enough yet about it, but they're literally looking into it as we speak.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating journey, and it's super exciting, and it ties into all the other conspiracies, as you know.
Oh yeah.
So
dovetails into everything. Again, you have to revisit every single conspiracy you've ever pondered. And luckily, though, you don't have to throw most of them out. 99% of them you can keep. The only one that I had to abandon was, unfortunately, I'll call him out by name, was Richard Hoagland.
Yes, Richard C. Hoagland. Yeah. Hi, nice knowing you.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't have mentioned his name, with the exception that, remember, he bailed on myself and DITRH when we were supposed to do a tag team debate, and Richard Hoagland was he was booked for the event and bailed. He didn't even cancel. He didn't even tell the producers he was canceling. He just didn't show, and I think he realized why. And it was good that he didn't, because he would have gotten just wiped up. He had no chance.
Flat Earth and everything about it completely wipes out his entire career. So I think that's why he kind of.
Yeah. And if anyone doesn't know what Richard Hoagland believes in, he believes that there's a secret space program. And I used to believe in a secret space program.
Everyone did, because we all thought we were out of the matrix at that point. We all thought, well, we're not believing, we've stepped outside of NASA. We're in the know. We know there's a secret space program. Yeah, there is a secret space program, people. There's no space program.
Yeah, the secret is there's no space program. Where he believed that the secret space program had been shuttling people to the moon for years, and there's millions of people already stationed on the moon, and there's hundreds of thousands at least on Mars, and so on and so on. That theory, that line, cannot coexist with Flat Earth at all. There's nothing he can do. He literally has to throw everything he's got away.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because he's one of the, casualties. He's the only guys.
I think he's got to know he's lying. I don't think he's innocently doing this, although he seems like a nice guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe he made a leap of faith he wasn't supposed to, or ran down a path. It's like, well, people seem to enjoy it, so let's just keep hyping it up.
Also, I shouldn't say that he's lying. I have no proof of that, and I hate when people accuse with no proof, because people have said you and I and everybody involved in Flat Earth are straight up lying about Flat Earth, and we know the Earth's not flat.
Well, here's
lying. So sorry, I take it back about Richard.
I don't. Okay. The difference between flat earth and every other conspiracy is, which is why I put in the very first video I made, it's like, look, and you've heard this from other people, don't take our word for it. Do your own freaking research. And it's easy to do. The average person on the street can do their own research on this, and you can come to a conclusion fairly quick. It's not like you have to start going through a whole bunch of stuff on a secret space program, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Flat earth is so big that the strokes involved are also big, which means the average person can find them. It is not, how many people have we seen? It's like, heck, just go to the beach with a freaking camera and start looking at stuff. And it's like, wait a minute, what am I seeing here? Or do your internet search on pictures of the earth from space or satellites from space or all this other stuff. And that's what makes it different. Anybody, especially with social media, anybody can look this stuff up. There is no, I didn't, when I built the clues, I didn't delve into any secret archive like that one guy that said he hacked into the NASA Photography Center and dug out pictures. I was like, look, here's wiki entry. Here's a wiki entry. Here's this. This is not secret stuff.
Well, like Richard C. Hoagland supposedly got top secret NASA photos to prove that there's
going
on Mars. And that's the part where I was saying that he's lying, unless NASA did give him fake top secret photos. And he truly believes they're actually real.
Yeah. And yet Rob Skiba did more damage by going into, in real time on his video, going into a NASA website, taking the picture of the moon and, playing with Photoshop, turning up the gamma or whatever the brightness was, and exposing that it was actually pasted in. It was a clipped image. And he's going, look, I'm doing this in real time right now in front of you. And that did more. He did more in those 5-10 minutes than tons of people did over the secret space program. And that was just one aspect of the flat earth.
And Jeranism and Globebusters have done so many things that expose so many things that NASA have reacted to by tweaking or changing something or removing evidence.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, you guys are just imagining it. No, it's maybe once or twice you're imagining it, but more than that, no.
Yeah, so. People have said, and I know, he jumps back and forth, he does other topics, but when people have said, oh, Jaron, why does he keep going after NASA? It's like, why wouldn't he go after NASA?
Yeah.
NASA, if you're the poster boy for this whole thing is NASA. They were the ones that made themselves super public, white uniforms, smiling for the camera, no guns. They were the ones that put themselves out there as the front, of all the military groups, they're the most public. So why wouldn't we go after them? That's it. They're the biggest culprit because their entire, you can't say the same thing about the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. NASA is junk from minute one. There's nothing there. It was created for this, literally created for this, whereas you can't say it with any other organization.
Did you just hear my doorbell ring, by the way?
No.
Okay. I just was wondering if people had heard that. My doorbell.
Solicitor?
I would imagine it could be maybe UPS or something. So I should maybe go get it, but as long as there's no pounding on the door.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's the first time that's ever happened in the entire history of me doing shows. So, well.
That pound. Police, we have a warrant. They don't stay at the door very long, just so you know.
It's because I live in a different place than I lived in before, a different neighborhood where the delivery trucks come at a different time, I guess. They come at 6:13 p.m. So maybe this will be an ongoing thing. We were speaking of people that we've had dealings with. You had with Richard C. Hoagland, and I spoke with Bart Sibrel, the guy who did The Astronauts Gone Wild and other things.
Yeah, he hates flat Earth.
Well, yeah, he does. And Bart Sibrel as well with DITRH, and I interviewed him, and it's on my channel under the Truth is Stranger Than Lies playlist. And we interviewed him and talked to him both often on the show to try to get him to wake up to flat Earth reality, but it didn't happen. But
it kind of, not to say that it does the same thing. I know where you're going with this. Not that it does the same thing like it did with Richard, but it does diminish his work somewhat.
But
that is it.
Something happened on the way to the moon did open my eyes early on after I found the clues. Although after I watched that, I then thought, but wait, they're not in low Earth orbit. Like it brought about just as many questions, but it did get me thinking off the ball. So
it was, and you've heard me say this before, it was very interesting because I watched it too, and I was going, okay, That's very clever. But then when I got into the flat Earth side, I was going, okay, that's when it got really clever. It's like, holy smokes, they faked that video just to reinforce the ball. Yes. They could have cared less. They wanted that sucker leaked. That was their fallback plan, which was fine. The moon mission's a piece of crap, but because we faked it in low Earth orbit, that was clever.
Right. It was.
Because people will immediately, even conspiracy guys will say, well, yeah. And I've talked to people like this, which says, oh yeah, the moon mission's a piece of crap, but they keep clawing back. It's like, what? Don't take away it all from me. You know, the ISS is still there and satellites are still there. It's like, dude, if one of it's faked, you're faking everything. Why would you make some of it real?
It's very, very true. I got this email from a guy named Brad who writes, hello, Patricia. Russian Vids has done a few videos about Bart Sibrel's Astronauts Gone Wild, and Russian Vids thinks the movie could have been a setup. He thinks that Bart may be an insider. I know you interviewed Bart one time. I personally believe Bart is not an insider, and I believe Astronauts Gone Wild is legitimate. I was curious about your opinion on the matter. Well, now, the Russian Vids video thinks that the whole Astronauts Gone Wild setup where Bart goes with the Bible and gets people to swear in the Bible and then Buzz Aldrin punches him and all that was all set up. The setup aspect to me would be potentially that Bart knows that the original Something Happened on the Way to the Moon footage was that type of footage put out to be a trap door for truth seekers to fall into, to throw the moon missions out, but still can believe we live on a ball. But Astronauts Gone Wild, do you believe that was a setup? You know, the meetings with the astronauts?
It reminded me too much of the Michael Moore interview when he interviewed Charlton Heston.
Yes, I remember that.
Or Bowling for Columbine, I believe.
Yes, I do have that.
You know, Heston, he was getting up there in years and he could not respond very well. And, you know, he only has one line really at that point. It's like, from my cold dead hands. So it felt like he was just picking on a senior citizen at that point, where Bart Sibrel, same sort of thing. He's going to astronauts, you know, supposedly American heroes. And it felt genuine because he was just being an asshole. He was just being horrible to them. And I don't think Sibrel was part of a big setup, because I think, like a lot of people, his type of alternative journalism would have jumped at the chance. If somebody would have leaked him a tape or accidentally a tape gets sent to him in the mail, of course he would have run with it. Anybody would have. I think they let him, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. And that was because you leak it to somebody who's on the fringe of being credible. You're not going to give it to Anderson Cooper, for example. You're not going to send it
on the fringe of being credible.
Well, you know what I mean. You're not going to give it to anybody in the pure mainstream sense, and nor are you going to give it to Alex Jones, too close hitting to home, or George Norrie. You're going to give it to somebody who really doesn't have a name for himself. So when he puts it out there, he can take credit for some of this stuff. But no, do I think he was part of the master plan? I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. And I think that his thing against flat Earth is because it diminishes all those years of work that he's done. Remember, he's been doing this now for what, 15 plus years, at least this part of it. And it puts the funny thing happened on the way to the moon. It puts it in a whole different light. And I don't think he wants to do it. It's like, nah, I don't want to be part of it, because he thinks it's crazy enough that it could completely submarine he doesn't want to be tied to it. He just doesn't. There's people, when they get to a certain level of following, subscribers, and whatever fan base, they don't want to, if they're not into flat Earth already, they don't want to make the leap. They don't want to do it.
Right.
So, you know, sort of like the Alex Jones things. Alex Jones' team would love to do a flat Earth show. I know this firsthand. They are scared to death about doing it, because it's an all or nothing deal. If they do a show on flat Earth, they could risk hundreds of thousands of people just walking away saying, you have gone off the freaking deep end. Anyway,
check this out. I received an email from Stock Jockey, who's in the chat, who says, on this very day, Wednesday, February 1st, 2017, the edition of Alex Jones' show, Alex broadcast live from LA after flying there for an appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, because Joe worships Alex.
Yeah. He
does. He's you can see videos. He absolutely worships the ground he walks on. Don't know why.
They're in there together, and they're also talking about Justice Scalia's death, the cover-up surrounding that.
Wait. So did they mention Flat Earth during this show?
This I don't know.
Oh, somebody watch that podcast. I would talk about an edit bonanza.
It started at 3:30 Central, so it was a couple of hours ago. So it's already happened.
That one ninja guy could do a total song on just those two talking about Flat Earth.
Oh, Ninja's great. And I never know how to pronounce his name. It sounds like the Sika Ninja, but you know.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. In fact, I mentioned this fairly recently. Joe Rogan, George Norrie, and Alex Jones. What do they have in common? And that is all of them 100% will go on record and say that the moon missions were completely legitimate.
Right.
And as you know, George Norrie believes in all sorts of conspiracies, and Alex Jones even more so.
Yeah, but Joe Rogan's the worst because he's the turncoat. Yeah,
Joe Rogan, on the other hand, he believed in all conspiracies and that the moon mission was faked, and now he doesn't believe in any. He will not bring up other conspiracies. I don't even know what he does on a daily basis. Talk about cage matches. I don't know what he talks about now. That he can do a daily show.
Teen Eldridge, Tine, says Joe has commitment issues. It's true. He can't commit to a particular way of thinking.
I feel bad because I think he just missed the window wasn't there yet, and he took the early offer, which was because Flat Earth wasn't around really when he was. It's like, so if somebody came to him and said, "Yeah, you got to stop talking about the Apollo program," who's he to say no at that point? What other options does he have?
What about hypnosis? I always step back and think hypnosis maybe is what happened with him.
Maybe, but not everybody. It's not a very big percentage of the population. Somebody have to look this up for me. That is actually susceptible to hypnosis. So,
I was not susceptible, but I was with friends at a show in Las Vegas actually. They were hypnotized and I wasn't. Now, what does that mean about me? Too skeptical, maybe, or I don't know. I don't know what it means.
I'm a little amazed that people can be hypnotized. I'm extremely aware of my situations, even under the influence of various things.
Yes, I am.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But Joe, I feel bad because he will go down as he's the only guy I know, the only conspiracy guy I know who became a non-conspiracy guy. Everyone knows once you go down the general conspiracy rabbit hole, which is like a big apartment building underground, once you go down there, that's it. You're there for life. He supposedly came out magically unscathed. Came out, it's like, you know what? There's nothing down there.
There's nothing down there. There's not even down there.
There's nothing down there at all. And there's especially nothing down there is regarding NASA. Yeah. And in fact, my very first show that I was given on Sci-Fi Network, I'm going to recant everything I ever said. Honestly, somebody should do an edit on that first show on Joe Rogan Questions Everything. It's like NASA, nothing. Anything I ever said bad about NASA, I'm oh my God.
It was the opposite of Sunny Peach's love letter to NASA.
Exactly.
Breakup letter to NASA. It was a love letter to NASA.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I want to say hello to Globe Thrusters.
Globe Thrusters?
Yes. There's a funny story about Globe Thrusters. One time.
Is that the porn version of Globe?
It was a while ago. I was moderating chat for Globe Busters, and the show hadn't started yet. So I was in chat just like saying, hey, hello to people just because I was. When you're early in a chat, you do that, visit and such. And I saw somebody named Globe Thrusters, and they seemed, I'd never heard of Globe Thrusters before. And I said, Globe Thrusters, are you a troll account? If you are, you should leave. Because I didn't want to block them or put them in a timeout or anything like that. And I really was thinking that they were a troll. And I think I might have put them in a timeout or even blocked them. And then someone said, Bob said they're real. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. But Globe Thrusters forgave me immediately.
Globe Thrusters. Nice.
John and Julie James are in the chat as well. Flat Out Elected there, who says, I want the International Space Station astronauts to do a live Zoom from the space station to the 50-yard line during the Super Bowl live. Why not?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And they could see the Coriolis effect change the whole outcome of the game as the ball goes through the uprights.
While we're talking, the Google.
Wait, can you talk? And I actually am very curious about what's at my door. So
okay,
I need to go.
While you're talking, I'm gonna describe the Google X Prize thing.
Okay, please do. I
think it's Google. So I believe Google X Prize, that they're doing a space challenge this year. If anyone hasn't already heard this already, it's all over mainstream news. And that is 5 different companies from around the world have a challenge in 2017 to send a probe to the moon and send images and data back from the moon. The catch is you have to have the rocket take off sometime in 2017. So it's going to be very, very quick. And there's 5 companies, 2 from the United States, 1 is a European consortium, 1 is Japanese, and 1 is India. And the winner gets $20 million, and second prize is like $5 million. Not that it matters anyway, $20 million, that's nothing in a space program. So the question is, and they're going to be tied, these are only the people that make the capsules. The companies only make the capsules. They're tied, the booster rockets they're tied to are, of course, the main players, Virgin Galactic, SpaceX, Interorbital, which I talked to at one point. So the question is, out of these 5 companies, we should take bets. How many of them are going to get the probe to the moon at all? That are even going to fake the probe to the moon? I'm guessing maybe 2 out of the 5, max 2, maybe only 1. It'll probably be the Americans, I would think. And when they get there, will they send only still shots? What images will they take when they get there? If that'll be simulated. I'm amazed that they're going to try this. It's going to be a piece of crap, of course. They're going to simulate sort of what they did with the Chinese program, but bold move.
There's been all sorts of new. By the way, it was just some normal packages at my door. Nothing exciting. Nothing stupendous. Anyway. There've been there's new footage that came from a satellite, and about that too.
Those still shots?
The still shots from a satellite that took a whole photo of the Earth this time.
Yeah.
And
they were missing 100
together. They said.
Yeah, stitched together. And even they say it's like, oh yeah, it's composite from 16 different type of layering. And when you're looking at the image, I think DITRH was the first one to find it. There's 100 degrees of curvature missing, where the United States, it's like it shows the North America and South America, and like the tip of North America is already into the Arctic Circle, and the bottom part of Chile is almost touching the bottom of the sphere. And so we did all the math, and drew the lines. It's like, okay, this can't be the real shot if this is what you're passing off. And supposedly this picture is being taken every 15 minutes. It's a bunch of crap. I don't know why they're so bad at creating composite images, why they're so terrible at it. Can they not get better people for this? Matt's good, or he was good back in the day. You can't find other people out of college that are willing to take money to do unscrupulous things. Come on. It can't be that hard to find good people. Hollywood's dying. There's people dying out there, people living in their cars in Los Angeles, talented people. You can't find these guys?
Speaking of,
I shouldn't be helping them.
Yeah, well, everyone needs a job.
Yeah.
Speaking of unscrupulous people, somebody was doing a fake account in the chats of Zachary Hubbard. It looks like I missed what was said.
Was it really Zachary Hubbard?
No, I believe it was not Zachary Hubbard, and it was discovered.
Oh, you missed that.
Thwarted.
Interesting. I think it's interesting.
I didn't miss it. I just wasn't an active participant. Yeah, the whole Zachary Hubbard thing that happened.
If this thing ever blows up, you got to hand it to Chris and Cherie Geo at TFR, because they're in a position. I mean, look at the shows that are people that are on there tonight right now that talk about flat Earth. You got me and Strange World. You got Jaron and Nissa on Raw. You got Rob Skiba, and then you got people that go against it. Right. Well, I'm sorry, Zen Garcia. Zen
Garcia is going to be my interview Thursday, by the way.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. And then you got people that go against it, like Chris Everhard. He hates it. He interviewed me and tried to make a fool of me, and that backfired. You got Zachary Hubbard, who's also got a show on TFR, and he went against Jared on the same network. That was even weirder. And he did not leave the show. He stayed in there, and at the end, you probably saw the video he made afterwards. It's like, oh yeah, I totally blew. It's like, what are you kidding? Jaron made a fool out of you.
Spin doctoring. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah. So it's amazing just that one network alone just has this collection of people that are either for or against it because it's so polarizing.
Yes, indeed it is. So let's see.
Hey, by the way, do you know who Devin Maggi is?
Yes, I do.
Who is that?
He does. Well, my brain just went to numerology. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Oh, gematria.
Gematria. Thank you. Whoa,
Yes,
what just happened there?
Because I was looking, because I figured what I do for you is I type in flat Earth and then set the filter for the last 30 days and see what he's actually the #1 video over the last 30 days. He did, the Flat Earth Dome Explained. It's got 127,000 hits.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. He's got some good videos, very interesting. Now, I'm not sure about all the things that he does. I'm subscribed to a lot of people who I'm not down with 100% of what they do, but they do a lot of very interesting things. A couple days ago, he did that Flat Earth Shambhala video. Was cool. And yeah, check out that channel.
Are you subscribed to Antarctic Warrior? Probably.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Devin Maggi's Madgy, Devin Dein. So. Yes, and Arctic Warrior. I've spoke with an Arctic Warrior via messaging, and we were thinking about doing an interview, and he said he needed better equipment, and it just hasn't happened, but perhaps it will happen. I hope so.
I hope so too. I was just looking over The World We Live In. Are you subscribed to them?
You know what? Gosh, I hate to say that I don't know, but I'm going to look it up right now.
I don't, because they've got 2 out of the 10. They did a video, and they don't have many subscribers, I don't think. Well, even though they don't list it, 40,000 views.
Oh, wait, there's several of them. How many subscribers do they have?
And 124,000 views on another one. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Okay. So,
but they made 388 videos. I don't know when they changed over to Flat Earth.
I see tons. I just put it into the search engine, The World We Live In, and there's like a bazillion of them. So, I'm not coming up with the right one, obviously, because this has got 19 subscribers, 31 subscribers, 8 subscribers. So that's not that. That's not that person.
Should we have a little fun here and speculate? Since one of the videos up here is, of course, the history of Flat Earth, a decent production by Eric Dubay, an hour 36. It's got 80,000 views already.
But that's an old one.
It's not that old.
No. What's it called again?
The History of Flat Earth. No, you're thinking, remember, because he did that in response to
he re-released a video that he had done with Mike Adams, who interviewed him. He re-released.
No, that's not this one.
Okay, got it.
This is just Eric doing a narrative of what he think happened to the Flat Earth movement over the last 2 years.
Is it a good one?
Well, he mentions me, so how bad could it be?
Okay. In what way does he mention you, Mark?
Well, he's not super kind, but he didn't completely rip me to shreds. He just said that I came in and he's still suspicious of me. But what I wanted to have fun with that idea, and that is the super secret thing that you and I can't talk about. What do you think? You think he may be part of super secret?
I hope so.
I wonder. You wonder.
Lots of people will be part of super secret. Be it actively.
We'll talk off air. There's certain people I've got a funny feeling they're going to be there that I don't want to be.
Will there be a brawl that breaks out? Oh, we're already giving.
I know it's going to be like Jets and the Sharks, isn't it?
Don't they do this? And they're like, and they walk up to each other.
Go.
Which place?
Go.
People are thinking, what is the super secret thing? It sounds violent. It's not.
No, we're not saying. Trigger Happy. I'm not subscribed to that guy. And there's so many. Black Hole Interactive. We're talking, quite a few views in 1 month. 70,000, 50,000, 50,000. Earth TV. I'm not subscribed to that one.
TV. That sounds suspect.
Is this the real footage of the Flat Earth in Antarctica? Yeah, you wonder if that's an anti.
Yeah.
Well, of course, a troll. Debunkers are going to be in there. Michael Tellinger, I listened to another thing this morning on him. I know he's kind of pulling back because did you hear the interview where his European lecture tour was canceled because he endorsed the Flat Earth? And that's one of the reasons he pulled back.
That's really bad.
Yeah. The person supposedly called him and said, look, we cannot bring you over here if
these things happen, though. You have to be brave to be exploring the Flat Earth. You have to. I've got a hair issue going on.
Please.
Well, you know what I mean? It's like a piece in my eye and I have contact lenses on and
gosh,
can you imagine?
I said it before and I said it again. You could be 3 days in the morgue. You're still going to look better than most of us.
Okay. Let's hope I'm not around to see that.
I'm not saying she's going to be in the morgue. Drone strike. But well, look at Rob Skiba. You're going to hear it coming. Come on. You guys send me your address, by the way. The Rob Skiba was worried when he started out. He caught some backlash for this, and he saw a dip for a while, but the community, as it just kept growing and growing. I mean, he's got pushing 70,000 people, or is it 60, 65, 64? I can't remember. I look every once in a while. That's a lot considering he's a right-wing Christian flat earther. I think that's quite a few subscribers.
Yes, it is. Yes,
for something like, of course, Quasi-Luminous did a 35,000 hit. Here's why they hid flat Earth from you by Quasi-Luminous.
Quasi-Luminous has an amazing number of subscribers. It's mind-blowing.
Oh, well, he's pretty mind-blowing.
That's why I said the words mind-blowing. I got this email from Abishal, who writes, Sky TV in the UK will be available without a satellite dish in 2018. Explain that.
Oh, right. I saw that one. I saw that one.
Yeah, it says, here's the article. Whether you're a fan of the service or not, Sky TV, for those who don't live in the UK, it's just cable TV, different sort than we have in the US. Cable TV is the wrong words, but you know what I'm talking about. Sky is what pretty much everyone's into in the UK that has television. And they are not going to have satellites anymore.
Go figure.
Why do you think that is? I mean, why do you think?
Because they'll use an excuse that they're going to go with a cheaper, more efficient, more reliable. They'll use all those buzzwords.
Well, they're going to use the internet as well. And there will be no need for a monthly subscription. They say it's an evolution in the way of thinking for Sky TV.
Here's the video.
They haven't gone into the specifics, but the specifics are, I think, way up high, not the people that are actually doing the on-the-ground work. I don't mean on the ground, the grunt work at Sky TV, but way up high, somebody said, we're going to pull out of the satellite biz and make it be internet-based.
Yes.
So when it's revealed that satellites are fake, there'll be less lawsuits coming our way for selling people fake satellite dishes, maybe. Yeah.
Here's the video I want to promote real quick, which is from, we'll see if I can stump you, Hibbler Productions.
No idea.
Hibbler,
you're just making it up. Hibbler
no, I'm not. It's HIBBELER Productions. Flat Earth. In fact, Flat Earth Truth Does Not Fear Investigation. You probably remember the title. There it is.
Hibbler Productions. They've got 1,500 and so subscribers.
Yep.
And they've got a new subscriber right now.
But the video is called Flat Earth Truth Does Not Fear Investigation, and it's a cool mashup of everything that's been going on, all the work that's been done over. It's not original work, but it's a mashup of everything that's been over the last 2 years.
They have like a global sort of, but not exactly globes as their icon.
Well, that'll change. Remember, he's been doing nothing but sports documentaries.
Oh, yes, he hasn't even been doing video. Derek Rose, I guess that's a sports guy. Yeah. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, boom, there's a Flat Earth video with 33,000 views.
Yep, in a couple weeks, and it's solid.
Because his sports fan base is going to see this video.
It's a wonderful compilation. Don't know why somebody wanted, somebody got to him, but it's great. I currently put that at the top of my. No offense to Marty Leeds, but that is currently my #1 shortlist video for new people, because if a picture is worth 1,000 words, he goes into so many. It's such a barrage to the senses that once you're done, even if you're a new person, you're going to be like, what did I just watch?
Okay, so Hibbler, do we know who is behind the mask of Hibbler Productions? Because I'm looking at the comment section of this channel, and I see somebody says, 3 of the 4 things that I posted are from observed data, things that you can see for yourself. They are facts. Somebody named David Cannon says that.
What he's saying, you think he's Hibbler? No. This is a mashup. This has got to be like 50 different people. I'm in there.
Who put it together?
I don't know who put it together.
That's what I'm saying. Is it?
Oh, you mean like the channel somebody may have done it for Hibbler.
or he did it, or she did it, or whomever.
Well, I mean, it's the original one from what I can tell.
It is the original one. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I hate when you go find a really awesome video and
and then it's somebody
content provider is the one who made it, and you say, "What a great video," and they're like, "Well, I didn't make it." So.
Oh yeah, which reminds me, when you type in flat Earth and you search by just say flat Earth and you search by view count.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm really going to regret this till the day I die now. The number, when you get to, they're both in the top 10, I think. The Under the Dome documentary and They Are Hiding God with the Greatest Lie Ever. Both have broken 2 million hits, both of them. And I got nothing for that because I just gave it to them. But at the same time, look, 4 million hits just off those two videos. That's not even counting Yoda and mine. Those are completely different people. And they're almost neck and neck at this point. I don't know why. You'd think one is heavily Christian leaning, but they're both the exact same thing, which is all the flat Earth clues 1 through 11.
This is funny. I'm noticing that because I have my phone here and I get messages via text and I get messages from Facebook on it as well as email. And I've got a number of people saying, tell me what the secret event is. What's the top secret event that we've been talking about? It's killing me.
Nope. So that's the anticipation. Don't you know why there's cliffhangers on television?
That's right. It's not for ratings.
It's not for ratings.
That's not. It's because it's something that we are not at liberty to discuss because
nope.
we're not. It's not
because we're not the
originators.
We're not the originators,
right?
In this case, so we can't actually say.
Yes.
Our overlords have decreed it. Sorry. What else are you reading?
Let's see. Oh, I had something I wanted to read. Let me see if I can find it. So anyway, thanks to Abishai for the thing about the that was on the HuffingtonPost.uk with about no more satellite dishes.
But by the way, I'm happy that Flat Earth Asshole is making videos and just targeting people and going after them. Anybody he can, he's just going after them. He's doing so. And yeah, granted, he got a copyright strike with the John B. Wells thing because he edited his stuff up enough, and John B. Wells was like, nope, you leave it as is.
John B. Wells, come on, guy.
And what happened to him? Boy, that didn't last very long.
No,
hang on, let me do my impression. I'm coming for you, Flat Earth.
Well, it's pretty good, actually. You could be the next John B. Wells, but one who actually is thinking. Poor guy.
I know.
Rattling it out. DITRH, via messaging with DITRH trying to send him good information. And John's like, it's stupid. You're a bunch of morons.
Yep.
It's stupid. You're a bunch of morons. I can do it. You can do it better.
I have more intelligence in my little pinky fingernail. Now I'm starting to sound like Batman.
You do. Let's see. What was I going to say?
Gotham isn't safe. Bruh.
Okay, I just lost the thing I wanted to read.
No, John B. Wells was supposedly coming for Flat Earth. And by the way, I can't do a perfect impression of him because I don't smoke 2 packs a day. That voice is...
Maybe his coming for Flat Earth meant something different.
Ooh, my... And here I thought I was gonna say something fun, like it sounds like he's gargling marbles.
Hey, I want to say hello to Mr. Moot, just because
Mr. Moot's out there.
Well, Mr. Moot has sent me a message, so Mr. Moot is an awesome person. Awesome.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, there's something really cool I wanted to read, and I can't find it.
Let me promote my license plates while you're still lost.
Yes, please.
Anyone that's doing a Flat Earth license plate, remember you get in personalized plates in the United States and Canada, you get 6, 7, or 8 letters depending on what state you're in. Come up with something creative. There's some fantastic ones that are out there. Yours is already on your car, right?
Oh, it is. It's on my car, yes. And you've got a picture of it.
Yep, FLTERTH.
And a couple people have done that exact same thing.
Yeah, they have. Or what's the other version? FLATE. FLTEARTH.
I spelled flat and then earth more phonetically.
Right. And then there's it's flat. There's ITS flat or ITS FLT. There's it is flat with 8 letters. I'd love to see what other people can do with 8 letters. We're still waiting on No Curve. I think that's a great one.
Good.
I think that's Florida. And what somebody else is thinking of, no globe, also neat.
Ooh.
What else is out there? You don't have to, I mean, granted, most states are going to be 7 letters, but come up with something fun. Anyway, the point is, if you come up with it, if you send me, and you don't have to send me just the picture of the plate, if you get a screenshot from the Department of Licensing, I will use that as definitely in the slides, and also as probably as a thumbnail. I've used every one so far.
I need to send you the picture of mine on my car. I've only sent you the one that I received in the mail before I received the actual.
Yeah, send me that one.
Car, yeah.
You don't have to gray out the tabs or anything.
Nah.
No, I mean, nobody cares. But I love the bumper shots that I get from people that actually take the picture once they have it on the bumper. I think those are great.
That's what I'll do.
All right.
Okay, so here is an email, and I don't even know if I want to say this person's name because he didn't really give me permission to read it, but it's nothing. He's telling me to send it to other people. So if he wants me to send it to Flat Earth researchers, I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to read it because there are Flat Earth researchers who I don't have their email address who are actually in the chat right now. And so here it is. I found this quite interesting. Dear Patricia, in doing continued research into Flat Earth, I've made an important discovery of some significance. However, because I still haven't posted anything yet, I remain unknown to other Flat Earthers, and this information needs to get into the right people's hands immediately. Please give the following information to a few of the smartest Flat Earthers that you know personally. You'll be doing Flat Earth a big favor. The real physics of all moving bodies is what is responsible for imparting all known physical properties. All physical properties and quantities are variable and completely dependent on inertial forces. Weight, mass, spin, heat, density, any parameter one can give to a physical object is energy imparted to it by nature as a result of motion. The more an object accelerates in one direction, the more it will feel an inertial force compelling it in the opposite direction. Science knows that many physical attributes are variable, but it doesn't yet understand how or why. For example, the so-called rest mass or atomic mass of an object are myths, ones that necessitate that the entire periodic table of elements shall need to be redone. Wow. An object perfectly at rest, regardless of phase or size, other relative and variable attributes, has no independent mass or weight. All heat is generated from motion and friction. A lack of heat is a lack of motion and friction. Centrifugal and centripetal forces are merely different aspects of this overall inertial force as it manifests relative to various observers. Everything is indeed relative, but not at all in the way Einstein describes it in his general and special theories of relativity. Please pass this very critical information on to some scientifically literate flat earthers you know. It essentially can be summed up in one sentence. There is a misunderstood overarching law of inertia that must compel all accelerating bodies in a direction which is 180 degrees diametrically opposed to the direction of motion with increasing force. This is what's caused the myth of gravity to be promulgated for so long among those who arbitrarily believe it and with no counter-experience to show otherwise. All mass is borrowed or imparted to objects not created by Higgs field or anything else other than inertia.
Okay. I get where he's going here, but there's no... He's basically saying, Jesus.
I'm going to go into chat and see if anybody.
Yeah.
Very long and very well written.
He's going against flat Earth, but he's doing it in a way that, one, alienates just about everybody.
Is he going against flat Earth?
As far as I'm concerned, he's going against flat Earth because he's not discounting the heliocentric model. He's saying that gravity isn't what we think it is. Unless, did he know we were reading this on air?
No, that's why I didn't say his name. And he was saying for me to send it out to some flat Earth researchers. So I know he wants it out in the public.
Send email. Okay, he's gonna have to do a follow-up email to you. If you want, he can send it to me as well. One, he's got to specify whether he's pro or con against flat Earth, because judging from the sound of that, I think he's con. He's against it. He believes in. He's believing in this heliocentric model, but he's saying that gravity isn't what we think it is.
I want to send this to people like Brian Mullen, Bob at Globebusters, Jaron.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
Well, I think he believes to have that. Would like to have that out there.
I get it. It's definitely not.
I think he's saying no to heliocentrism, from what I was able to gather from that.
Well, heliocentrism as we know it.
Right.
But he just doesn't sound like he's jumping on the, because he didn't mention flat Earth anywhere in there, nor did he describe any of the properties of either an infinite plane or
I just got insider information that this particular person is in the chat and says he is pro flat Earth.
All right, then come up with a different, rework your words to build in whatever model you believe in, whether it's the infinite plane or the enclosed world, no plug there, to account for your theory. Because right now it's too generic. I mean, yeah, the physics stuff's really cool, but you kind of need to boil it down even more. And you're talking to a guy who boils everything down to where there's almost nothing left in the pan.
So does this mean, according to Rob Dizzle, I said Drizzle. Sorry, Rob.
What up? Sorry, whenever I hear anyone use Z, too many Z's.
Yeah, exactly. Dizzle my pizzle or something is what comes to mind.
For sneezy, my kneesy?
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So boil it down even more. Work whatever model you believe in into that theory, and you might be going somewhere.
Well,
don't
Rob
forget
that this person is saying that the Earth spins. So
yeah.
Anyway, this has just been put out there, and I'm going to send it to some flat Earth researchers. I'll send it to you, Mark. I'll send it to Bob. I'll send it to Jaron/Bob, and also Brian Mullen, and anybody thinks that I should send this to. So there you go.
That's cool.
Very interesting.
That's cool.
Nathan says the heliocentric system is the biggest deception in mankind's history.
It is.
So.
It is, but and I like little things. If anyone wants to look up stuff that even NDT, and I'm always going to say NDT now. I'm not ever going to say his freaking name. In fact, I hope we meet so NDT. I don't. Not only am I never going to call him Doctor, I don't even want to use his real name.
There's people right now going NDT.
That's a TLA, by the way. 3-letter acronym.
Oh yes, it is.
But actually, it's a abbreviation for his name. NDT, right. You guys know who it is. The physicist who thinks he's Sinbad the comedian's brother.
Yeah, maybe.
Cosby's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not being racist. Which is, sorry, where are we going with this?
I don't know. I have no idea where we've been going with this since the first show we ever did.
We were
Goodbye.
There's something I was looking in the filters for the latest
video. We only have a few more minutes anyway, and I didn't read any emails. I only read a few emails.
There was something in the
way she moves attracts you like no other woman.
So you liked my song choice, Gary Wright?
Yes, Gary Wright. Mm-hmm. Everyone says Dreamweaver is the one to pick. People won't know what we're talking about.
That was the one he released first. That was the song.
Tell people what we're talking about.
When I did my latest license plate compilation, I set it to the 1976. Well, it was released in 76. He recorded it in 75. Gary Wright's track called "Love Is Alive" from the Dreamweaver album. And Dreamweaver was the first single he released. It's a cool track.
The opening's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool track, and I had forgotten about it. And in fact, I had forgotten that the Dreamweaver and that track were from the same guy. Not only the same guy, same album. That was his big thing. So.
Well, we only have a few minutes left, and I do want to say that Zen Garcia is my guest tomorrow.
Right on.
Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. My first interview back. I don't know how to do interviews anymore, so we'll just let Zen take the wheel, and I'll just listen.
That's awesome.
And Kathy has been helping set the show up, who's always on with Zen. And Zen can be heard, by the way, on TFR, but all the information, all of Zen's book titles, etc., will be in the description box of said video, which is coming up. If you're watching this at a different time, it will be on February 2nd, 2017, and it will be show 141. So Zen Garcia, which will be tomorrow, Thursday the 2nd. What else? I'm doing something on Saturday, and Nathan Oakley already has a promo video out for it on Nathan Oakley's channel with Barbie McGill. So that should be fun.
Cool.
And then I mentioned that Sunday, the 5th of February, 2017 is the birthday of Matrix Decode and myself. And we are doing a show in which I will be interviewing Ben, and it'll kind of be a birthday show. It's really all about him, but just for fun, since it's both of our birthdays. You know, when you meet somebody that's got the same birthday as you feel like there's a bond. So
yeah.
And plus, he's an awesome person. You know what's really weird? He needs more subscribers to his channel. He does such good work. If you're not subscribed to Matrix Decode, do yourself a favor. Go subscribe to his channel.
You know what? I am not, and I think I will.
You're not subscribed to Matrix Decode?
Oh, I'm not subscribed.
What kind of flat earther are you?
Oh, come on.
I've been unsubscribed to you before. I've been unsubscribed to several people before. I don't know how it happens.
Hang on. There.
You're subscribed.
I'm now subscribed to Matrix.
On-air subscribing has happened during the show.
And that's probably the first time I've ever done that.
That's pretty cool.
My channels list is unusual. There's some people in there that you would expect, and then there's a lot of people that you wouldn't. I try to go for the underdogs if I can. I
have a lot of people who have no videos as I subscribe to. I do it more to the point of, hi, I know you, I know who you are, I support you and what you do because of my interaction with you in chat. So, is there anything else that we need to make clear before we say this one's in the can?
No, just everyone keep doing what they're doing. It's like a great start to the year. The Trump thing is a complete wild card. I have no idea how that's going to play out. So
he's a controlled puppet, just like all the other controlled puppets.
Well, yeah, but something.
With the gorgeous wife.
But what will they do with this puppet? Oh yeah, of course he's a puppet, but what is his role here? I mean, I saw a thing that flashed across one of my search engines were saying, oh yeah, they're already talking, you know, there's already grumblings about impeachment. I'm going, wait, I'm talking about impeachment. It's February of the first year.
Yet.
He hasn't even done anything. Well, you know, that whole immigration thing where he's banned, you know, that whole thing. So, but everyone's doing great stuff. If I believe in the tempo and the stuff that's coming out now, you know, between Rob and Sunny Peaches and Daphne and everyone else,
everybody.
There's a lot of stuff that's coming out already that seems that it's almost like we're hitting a new gear, and and
I think that over the harder part of the winter of December and all of January, we were riding uphill in the gear. Now we're like on a plateau, and we might be doing a little downward coast pretty soon. Yeah. Meaning it will ease up and people will be a little more friendly to each other, I hope. Yeah. I'm always for people being more friendly to each other, but you know, some days you look at what's coming up on the YouTube and you're like, wow, hit piece, hit piece, hit piece. Oh, and another hit piece. Boring. Really boring.
By the way, I'm doing a radio interview for a Boston station, like a full-blown Boston radio station on Saturday, I think. So I'll put
not
that
an internet station, like a regular
radio station. Don't know how they found me, but that happens every once in a while. So that'll be kind of fun.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And I still plan on doing a Flat Earth mixer again, like I did last year in April on Earth Day here in Houston, Texas, give or take. And you might be doing one.
Might be doing one in Seattle. I'm already being leaned in that direction, and it's still a couple months, so it'll probably happen.
Yeah, it's a ways away. Yeah. Something to look forward to in the spring. And then keep your radio dial tuned to your favorite Flat Earthers channel and stand by for an exciting announcement. And you'll hear about it. And maybe we've pumped it up. Maybe we've pumped it up to be something.
No, it won't, because everyone will rebroadcast it. It'll be the talk. So
yes, it's gonna be
nice
cool.
seeing you again.
Nice seeing you again too. It's nice being back in the saddle again.
Really? You can use an Aerosmith reference?
Yeah. Why not? Even if I don't like Aerosmith.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
Yeah, not my thing.
No.
But hey, this concludes another exciting adventure in the world of flat earth and other hot potatoes. Remember, potatoes grow underground, but we can be used for many different purposes. We're nutritious, delicious, and actually kind of cool. So have some today. Mark?
Are you signing off yet?
And on that note, from Mark Sargent and myself, this is the end of episode number 140. And we'll see you again next time. Zen Garcia tomorrow, and the Secret Show with Mark Sargent will return the following Wednesday and every Wednesday. till the end of time. And we'll see you later.
Or the end of the world, whichever comes first.
And I know you're hoping that'll happen. See everyone. Thank you very much for being in chat if you're watching the show live. And your comments as well are, you can be free to leave them in the comment section of this video. As long as it's not using profanity or super mean, I'll leave it right there for others to look at and point at and laugh. Okay. Mark, any last words?
George Clooney?
Okay.